So I briefly said earlier that there's a bid and the ask. Now, when there's a zero on one side, what this represents when we see a zero is that the auction has been wiped out and there's no either aggressive buyers or sellers at that point. So if we look over here, we see 28 for zero. This means that there's no market participants hitting the ask. So there's no aggressive buyers, right? This will become very important later on in the series when we start looking at absorption, when we start looking at exhaustion, when we start understanding potential lower time frame reversals, when we start understanding when to enter, when to exit. These things become very important, and finished auctions come in line with the delta and the volume, and we will get into that later on in the series. But for basic knowledge at this point, a zero on one side means that there's no aggressive buyers or aggressive sellers. The auction is wiped out. Now, this often leads to reversals, and I want traders to think about this. When you see a zero, so let's take this example, this candle over here. When you see a zero on the right hand side, that means that there's no market participants hitting the ask. There's no aggressive buyers. So when there's no aggressive buyers and the market moves up, what does that tell you? Well, we're going to go over that later on in the series, so I'll save the answer for later, right? So I use the ATAS platform, like I said earlier, so ATAS. For those